Well, hello, Sagittarius. Gang, gang. Here we are, ending another week. I hope that your weekend was restful for sure. I think the weather is so beautiful. I wish it would stay like this all the time. So, Sagittarius, let's take a look at the week ahead. And of course, I'd like to throw in some things there that are a little different, right? So, the vibe. I feel like if you watched yesterday's reading, which I think that you should, if you can, because there's definitely something that you want to take action on. Um, but with the root chakra asked you, to stay in the moment, right? To stay grounded, to stay rooted, and so kind of can be a little at odds with yourself, right? Because I feel like the energy is telling you there's something you want to do, but the energy says, oh, Sag, not right now. And we hate that, right? Because you feel Aries. You're like, I want to go, go, go. And the energy in the cosmos is saying, oh, no, Sag, no. I mean, there kind of is to like maybe possibly a lot of things coming at you this week. So we're seeing Comet and and that's why staying grounded would be a really good idea, not being in aggressive go, go, go energy. Because there's going to be stuff coming at you from maybe from all directions, right? And you're going to need to be zen about it. Stay calm. Touch. Stay calm. So, can we see anything about these things coming towards Sagittarius? Oh, Five of Cups. Justice. Okay. You could be upset by a decision. Specifically, a decision that someone makes. The Lovers is here. Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. So Five of Cups, Justice, the Lovers, the Nine of Swords. I mean, I feel it feels like you're upset by something someone is doing. This is someone you really care about for sure. Um, it definitely stresses you out. And I'll be honest with you, it may even affect how you feel about this person. Tell me about the Lovers and the Nine of Swords. Like, because the Seven of Pentacles is there, you may give you like, yeah, like 10 of Wands. Like they just made things 10 times harder, and you're just saying to yourself, I don't know if I want to be a part of that. So, okay, that's interesting. And I don't feel like that's the thing you want to move on. Like, what is this Aries energy? What is the Aries energy? Knight of Cups, reversed. The Knight of Cups is reversed, which really isn't a good look, right? You are really disappointed in someone. You really are. But I also think that the universe is kind of telling you to not do anything at this time. Okay. Wow. So what you're focused on, wow, it's like the same thing, Sag. You you feel like something that someone else is doing is unfair. Evaluation criteria, unfair assessment, and rarely sees the full picture. Like, and I feel like whatever like they decided, they didn't think, maybe they didn't think about you, but they didn't think about the future. They didn't see, we're Sagittarians. Every single thing we decide is based on what's going to happen down the line. And you're dealing with someone who doesn't think that way. So they may have made a decision for the moment, not thinking about what the ripple effect is here. And I feel like that really has you like second guessing this person, honestly. And I think that often happens when we question people's decision making process, or question the decisions they make. We kind of get like, well, I don't want to stand in the way. I don't want to be here when your chaos hits, because I'm not looking to be burnt by it, right? It's kind of that kind of energy. But what the universe wants you to think about and um, focus your energy on, wow, okay, is that there is a resolution here, okay? And I really think if there's a difference, it really has to do with the way you think versus the way they think. And there is a reset coming in here. So I think that instead of thinking, wow, what's wrong with this person? I can't be involved with them, like that kind of thing. The universe wants you to think about how can we resolve this? And I think that, when you think in that way, you might start to see it differently. So maybe you're also needing to see it from the other person's point of view, right? So let's take a look and see what this new beginning is. Very interesting, Sag. Tell me about this reset. Seven of Cups. All right. Tell me about this reset. Oh, oh wow. The World and the Sun. Like, I actually feel like this person's decision is actually leading to a brand new cycle of success, or success in general, and you don't see it yet. You don't see it yet because it wasn't what you would have decided. Wow, okay. That is super interesting. So now let's get into the relational aspects here, which I feel like this is all relational, but it goes that way. This could be anyone in your life. Just keep that in mind too. Um, but first, here we're seeing something about, you know, possibly not believing in your own worth, because it tends to lead to other people not believing it, right? And I feel, oh, there's a lot going on here with a person. And maybe this was a person that you questioned whether they valued you or whether you were putting your power in their hands, right? Giving them too much power, maybe the power to hurt you or whatever, but you're getting closer with this person. And I feel like there is fear here, to be honest, because this person has a history. They have a history of playing around, of not taking relationships seriously, Casanova. This was their, multiple partners. This was this person's flow. And now, now they do value you. But I feel like you're afraid to place your value in this person's hand because of their history, because they're asking you a big question and asking you to commit. I don't know who this is for, but can we see more about this relationship issue? Oh, there's whole bunches of things going on. Tell me more about the relationship issue. 8 of Wands reversed. Okay, things come to a screeching halt. King of Swords. Oh, this would be someone you haven't heard from. Queen of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. Yeah. And this could be a sudden thing, and definitely for the singles, right? But you haven't heard from this person in quite a while. The King and Queen of Swords. They can be exes, but there are 2 people who aren't talking, basically. Not what we really need to see, because definitely you didn't have the same values, okay? 2 of Pentacles. You didn't have the same values as this person, so that's what that value is, because they'd like to play, they weren't a committing type, and now all of a sudden they want a commitment from you, Sag. So yeah, I feel like this person is seeing things differently. They're telling you this. I think it's very surprising. Ace of Wands. They want a fresh start, a new beginning. I don't know what happened with this person exactly, but something has changed about them because they don't see things the same anymore. So, and they want you in their future. It may give you pause, I feel, because of the history. But so what happens with this? What happens? 2 of Swords. What happens? Death reversed. Interesting. 10 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. All right. I feel like you hold back. Because, maybe you just don't. The same old story. I want to see that things have changed. I need to not do anything until I see that things have changed. And it's interesting because I feel like you also want this with this person. Like, you want the 10 of Cups with them. But you're holding back from saying yes or saying no until you see if this person has truly changed. Because they was a player in their past. It just is no way of getting around that, right? Anything? What about work? What about career and finance? Ooh, work. Career and finance. Okay. Ooh, you have some jealous people. And it may be that, especially if you have like conflict with people at work, it feels like they're jealous of who you are, and maybe because if there's a boss, right, they like you. There's something that they are jealous about. And it feels like there's a decision being made that actually removes you from this situation. Like maybe you get like a separate project so that you don't have to deal with these people. Especially if you work with like a team, you're getting your own project, your own opportunity that, you know, get you away from this environment, which is really great. I really love that. So let's see. Should we see what the fairies have to say? Let's do it. What do the fairies suggest for the week ahead for Sagittarius? What do the fairies suggest for the week ahead? What do the fairies suggest? Okay. Magical blessings. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. Okay. Oh, I don't know what that said. Let's see what actions you're being led to this week. You have to bless others. Give people grace. Okay. Actions for Sagittarius. Oh. All right. So you're releasing doubt about something that you can do something. Doubt is reversed, and this could be something that you were doubtful towards. Oh. Because, in your subconscious, right, you were really feeling that something wouldn't last, wouldn't work, wouldn't sustain you. And this is about doing something you love. There are doubts being removed here. Maybe something happens that shows you, you know what, I can do this. This can work. Okay, Sage, so I hope that helps you and that we have the best week ever. Toodles.